So, good morning YouTube, it's February 2020, this is Raj from IfYouAsk here, and here's the first of my Magic the Gathering content for YouTube. Thanks for watching this in advance. So today we're going to be going through my EDH or Commander deck, which is based around Sisay Weatherlight Captain. It's a WUBRG deck because we've got a 5-colour Commander card. We'll just go through this. So I've got a blue-red fetch land. Got Marchesa for dethrone, which is good for buffing my creatures. And it's also good for making my Sisay larger. So it's a forecasting cost CMC, but it's got 3 colours. So that's quite nice. Not sure about Thraximundar. I put it in because he's got haste and he can make someone sack a creature, so if it's a Voltron deck and I get lucky and they've only got 1 creature out, the commander, then I can make him sack it, but it's still a 6/6, so a bit of a beat stick. Underground Sea, dual land, always good. Kira, some protection. I quite like Kira, it's one of the early things I fish for with Sisay. So going back to Sisay, the card gets a +1/+1 for every colour amongst legendary permanents I control, and if I pay WUBRG at instant speed, I can go fish for something equal to Sisay's power -1. So my aim is to get Sisay up quite large and then go fishing for my deck. Maze of If, put that in just to really nerf down on Voltron decks. Bit of removal, not sure about this. Bit of artifact and enchantment removal. I think I could probably do better since I'm playing WUBRG. I might even just go with maybe even go with disenchant. Not sure. I never seem to use it to protect my stuff, so I could just potentially just replace it with disenchant. So maybe that's in my consider pile to remove. Bribery, I really like in EDH, multiple players. People normally have got slower decks. In our pod, we're probably about power level 4, 5 or 6, not too competitive, and we've got some quite big creatures to go for. Green-white fetch land, nothing much to say about that. Negate, cheap counterspell, pretty solid. Return to nature, maybe I should splash some white, not too sure about that, so I'll put this here, then we'll think in my separate pile, which is my thinking about pile. Basic land, because I've got some cards which need basic land. Oh, and speak of the devil, we've got Hinterland Harbour. I know that can target dual lands, but I can't have more than the 10 dual lands I've got. I think it's 10. Red-green fetch, pretty solid. Firemind Vessel, I'll put this in my maybe pile. 4 mana to get 2 mana, but it comes into play tapped. Some card draw, it'd be nice if it gave me an extra turn if I went over to X of 10, but cheap card draw. Speaking of card draw, so card draw for everyone, and when everyone draws a card except me, they take damage, so it's a bit like Underworld Dreams. 3 colours, so it helps buff my Sisay. Not too sure about this. This is a recent addition, so I'll see how it plays and then think about swapping it out. So green-white check land, pretty solid. Blue-white fetch land, nothing much to say about these lands. I'll skip over the lands. They're once you've seen one, you've seen them all pretty much. Arcanus, card draw is always good. Not sure if I should put that in. I haven't really used it. I don't think it's come up actually since I've actually used it, and I haven't fished for it, so I'm thinking since I don't go fishing for it with Sisay, maybe I should put something else which I go for, but I'll let this stay in for a few more games and see how it goes. Garner, in for haste really. I was going to have it so that if someone wraths or board wipes, then I can flash it in and get everything back, but to be honest I haven't actually done that, and this has been in from the start. So maybe when I have a review of my creatures, I'll swap him out for something else. At least I think it's a him. Black, white, blue, green. So Jora's familiar. Since my deck is all around legendaries, I'm thinking putting this in, but I don't really hardcast much, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really used it much. I think it's only been in a couple of weeks, and I've used it in a couple of games. Chromatic Lantern I really like for mana fixing. It also makes it easier if I've got lots of dual lands out and I want to make sure I can do multiple Sisay activations, so I can just tap 10 land. Our games normally last that long that we get enough land out. So yeah, we got a white-green duel. Heroes Podium. Yeah, that's really good for beatdown, since all my creatures in the deck are legendary. It's like a coat of arms then, in effect, just for me. And I can go fishing for legendary creatures, so if I've got any excess mana left at end of turn, then I can do it at instant speed and go fishing. Rampant Growth, some ramp, always good. Yep, Fran Temporal Gateway, I can cheat in at instant speed any historic, which is pretty much anything in my deck. Basic land. Yeah, Bassandra. Bassandra's quite a good target for others, so once I have this out, people seem to target Bassandra a lot because, yeah, it basically City of Solitude. Well, it's like a mini City of Solitude, but yeah, this is good because it takes the aggro away from other things, so I quite like it. Also, it's a 4/4 flyer, so yeah. Gaia's Cradle, I'm not really it's not a green deck as such, but still I can get X mana out of it when X is the number of creatures I've got. I normally get 3 or 4 out at least. Yeah, cheap counterspell, not counterspell, cheap artifact or enchantment removal. So yeah, 1 green at instant speed. They get 4 life, but I don't really care about that. So yeah, it's pretty solid. Urza's Ruinous Blast. It's a board wipe except for legendaries, and since my deck's all legendaries, it's hopefully a one-sided board wipe. People's commanders seem to live, obviously, but quite a lot of other decks are pretty much hamstrung by this. Basic land. Thinking of switching Joda out. If for WUBRG cost, I can go fishing, and it's only stuff in my hand which I get out for WUBRG cost. So yeah, maybe with card draw I can do it, but it's still 3 colours to buff up my Sisay, and it's a flyer, so a bit of evasion. Demonic Tutor, yeah, pretty solid. Get what I want. Red, black dual land. Wheel, not sure about putting a wheel in. We'll see. I haven't got really a card outlet, and I don't really need extra cards because I can fish. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Might be good if other people are bouncing a lot of stuff back to their hand, but we'll see. So this is maybe take out for something else. Spring Bloom Druid, so it's more ramp, get me out some lands. I've got a Chroma's Memorial in, spoiler, so this was going to give my creatures double strike. Not many of them have first strike, but yeah, it's good to get them double striking. Wrath, yeah, as I said, or pretty much all my spells are artifacts, legendaries and sagas. Well, there's no sagas, but artifacts or legends. I can cheat stuff out. I can cast stuff out at flash speed, which is always good for a nice surprise, or present to people that I've got counter spells when I don't. And at the end of their turn, just dump something out. Black red fetch land. Kasmina, bit more protection. Not that strong a protection, and I'm not really a wizard theme. Would be nice if it had a gain loyalty counter token ability, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. This is a recent addition. If I can get it out with haste, then maybe it's worth it, but I just had it lying around back from the old school Chronicle days, and it is a old school EDH staple, so yeah, a bit of an old school card. Geneva. I've been unlucky with this. The last 3 times I think I've cast it. Twice I've hit no instants or sorceries, and one I hit only 1 out of like 12 cards. So yeah, but still, one of these days I might hit something nice. Now, yeah, LS Norn, really big target, quite tasty, and it does do a few board wipes if people are running token decks or if they've got loads of utility creatures. And yeah, at +2/+2 for my creatures, it makes my Sisay larger, so what's not to like? Black-white fetch. If I do have loads of excess mana, I can just Kamal's Druidic Vow out. I think the biggest I've done was X at 14, which was pretty much dump 14 cards into play. So yeah, but then to be honest, when you've got 14 mana, the game should be over, but I guess we've got a slow group. So there we go. Blue-green fetch land. Some more mana ramp with Elvish Rejuvenator. Blue-red. Check land. Yeah, rather. It's okay. I quite like it. If I attack and I've got a few more creatures, I get more mana. Lets me ramp up a bit. Chroma's Memorial. Pretty dirty. I'm looking for more stuff like this. Just legendary with big buffs. So I'm looking for more stuff. So if you've got anything, any ideas, post some comments in the comment section, and then I'll consider adding it to my deck. Basic land. Fetch land. WUBRG, I don't think I've actually had it proc. When it's come out, it normally gets nuked off the board. So I guess it's good that it takes the heat off, or no one's done a board wipe. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe take that out and put something else in. Not sure this should be in. I'll probably make my youngest son Zach 7 just started playing Magic literally yesterday. He said he wants a dragon deck, so I'll probably make a WUBRG dragon deck. So if you've got an idea for a WUBRG dragon commander, I guess the boring option or default option will be the dragon. So maybe this will come out. Blue-black check land. Karns, yeah, extra turn. I couldn't find any of my time warps, so that's what this is standing in for. Cyclonic Rift with Overload, just pure filth on a in an EDH game. I think this should be broken. It's pretty game breaking. Check land. Mirage is good for getting out my extra WUBRGing fishing with Sisay. Take an extra turn after this one. We got a blue-black fetch land. Grand Arbiter Augustin. Yeah, this gets a lot of hate, so I guess it's good if I put all my creatures out, take hate, they take the heat off each other. So if it takes the heat off my commander, then that's all good. Not sure about Baleful Force. Doesn't seem really strong enough, but I put that in recently, so yeah. Haven't actually had that out in a game, so we'll see. But card draw is always good. Fetch land. Brain Geezer. I guess I should check to see if this is actually on the ban list. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments if it is. Maybe I should go through and see if it is, but yeah, if it's not, then it's great. Tachiova. Not actually had that out and not fished for it, so maybe I should go for that more and see how it works. Well, I know how it works, but see what effect it has. Dual land, untap counterspell, basic land. Yeah, I go for draw a lot. I like that. Draw a card when I basically play pretty much anything in my deck. Yeah, this is good for recovering from anyone's board wiping. Done it a few times. Yeah, it's good. Basic land. This is probably good. Niv Mizzet's probably going to come out. Maybe put that in Zach's dragon deck. I took out a lot of 2-colour guild related cards, so because I haven't got much 2-colour cards for it to hit, it doesn't really hit more than 1 or 2 colour pairs if I'm lucky. It doesn't work with 3, 4, 5 colour cards, which is a shame. Dual land. So yeah, Arbad, solid. I like the buff to my legendary creatures, which is all the creatures in the deck. Lavinia, a few times it's come in and it's affected the game when we've noticed it. Yeah, it stopped people from ramping up. So and it's cheap, 2 mana. I can fetch it with Sisay quite soon, and it's 2 colours to buff Sisay. Basic land. Treachery, yeah, it's a yeah, grab someone's creature card. There we go. Shame it's a enchantment stone. It doesn't just retain it permanently, but yeah, it takes heat off other things. Old school counterspell, basic land, Recce, draw a card when I pretty much play any permanent in my deck. Force of Will, yeah, enough said. Check land, Soul Ring, yeah, staple, rude not to. Shall I? If I'm saying that right. Yeah, everything's getting hexproof except for that, so takes the heat off everything. Good. Dual land. Bit weak, Sword of the Chosen, but it makes anything bigger by 2. It can make Sisay larger for 0 mana, so then I can then go and go fishing with WUBRG ability. So if there's anything better than that, let me know. Untap counterspell. Dual land. Skittles. Keep thinking about making an Infect deck, but until then, Skittles will live in this deck. Thibbletup. No, someone will correct me, I'm sure, on the pronunciation. Yeah, like, if I want some cards, I'll just go and fish for this with Sisay and get 2 cards. So that's quite nice. Dual land. Day of Destiny. Yeah, this is a solid enchantment in my deck, since all my creatures get +2/+2, buffs Sisay, buffs everything else. Harrow, yeah, ramp. And finally we have another dual land. So that's about it. So maybe I'll take these 3 out and put in something else, but if I can't be bothered to go looking for disenchants and stuff like that, I'll go and do this. Actually, I might take disenchant out and put it inside of this. If you got any comments, if you got any suggestions, let me know. And yeah, see you next video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll be doing more magic content, and I'll show you some more of my decks. I've got a good few selection of decks here to go through. Bye for now.